Rightio, we are back, and we start at Sheffield in this run. So what we're going to do is, it's a service from 2018. It's based on the diversions, what took place in 2018 for the Derby remodelling. So we're going to take one Victor 52 via the Erewash Valley to Derby. We're going to call it Chesterfield and Derby. We're going to open our doors and we're going to depart at 10:24. So we're going to run down the main artery, so I'll show you the map as well. Let's get this set up first. We're on a cross-country service again. So this is one of the contained scenarios that's going to come with the route as well. The only thing that you won't see is populated sidings at Toton currently. Those are going to be done this week, I hope. When I've done my terrain painting stuff I've got to do before then start the default stuff. So what I'll do is I'll be cloning stuff, making default stuff, and then populating all the yards on top of that with some bits and pieces, so it's not an empty run when you go through Toton. There might be a few bits in this one, I'm not too sure, I can't quite remember. It was a bit back when I made this scenario. Syncrate, thank you for the follow, good evening. So, how long have we got here? We've got a couple of minutes. So again, we're at Sheffield, at the top part of Sheffield to Derby route. So we're going to travel south, down here, and then we're going to call at Chesterfield first of all. I'm going to continue south, we're going to cross over to the Awash side, and we're going to take the line to the left at Claycross Junction, straight down this line down here, through Alfreton. And then we're going to go through Langley Mill area here, Ilkeston area, Troll Junction, and then we're going to continue south down through Toton onto the MML DNL, and then we're going to head round this way to Derby. So you're going to see a little bit of DNL on this as well, it's just how the scenario works. Couple of things you need to know. Erewash Valley won't be a standalone product, it will only work as an extension. And for it to work you do need Derby, Nottingham and Leicester, and Sheffield Derby anyway as well, but you do need both of them other two for it to work. Alright, so we've got about 20 seconds and then we'll be off. Cheers, my Matt. That's just come through now. I'll have a look at that. It'll probably be tomorrow when I get onto it. So this is about an hour long scenario, this as well. It's a good run doing it this way. So if two are working on a JT route, how does it work? So we work in boundaries if there's two of us. It's just myself working on the Awash scenery. Mark works on the track side of things. So as long as I don't touch anything track, it's all fine. Say I'm doing scenery, so as long as I'm working in the boundaries of the route, it's not an issue. If you start going over into someone else's tile, then it causes issues because it'll overwrite someone else's work. So we just make sure we don't go anywhere near each other. You can bring up tile boundaries, and we set our boundary. As long as we don't go anywhere near each other's work, we're alright. It's not so bad now because there's only me working on the MML at the minute. Whereas before there was me and Mark working on DNL at first, and I went on to Awash while Mark was working on DNL, and I went back onto DNL, so we had to be careful. So whenever we're working in it, somewhere else's like sort of area, we just have to make sure. So I'd ask Mark, whereabouts are you working at the minute? If he's near there, I'll just keep away until he's moved away. Then we update we do like a merge. Then we have everything up to date, and then I can go and work on that section, which I need to do. So yeah, easy. Once you know what you're doing, and you just have it in your head that you don't go over into an area, it's not too bad. It's quite an easy way of doing it. What was the first Just Trains product? I don't know. I don't know. Scott, what was the first JT product? One for you, that. I don't actually know. I remember my first product purchased as a customer was, I think, the Voyager. Voyager or Class 20 was one of my first ones. Newcastle to York Modern, I think, was the first route that I purchased. Oh, Scott's on the job. He's going to find out. How do we merge our routes together? So what happens is, Mark will have the master copy. So I pack up my route, I'll send it over to him, and then he'll put in the tiles that I've worked on onto his copy. So he doesn't add the whole route on top of his, he'll just add in the modified tiles from my bit, and he just puts them in. So he'll put the scenery ones, the terrain, and so on. And then it updates. Quite an easy process, really. But adding two routes together, if you mean merging in two routes together, I don't actually know how you do that. It can be done, but it's not something I know. Is it me? It was with the new track. Doesn't seem to be spad magnets. You mean TPWS? There might be something below the track, actually. They definitely are there. I'll just double check that, because they might not have been raised up. See if I can see one. I'm going to editor a second. I bet there is one under here. I don't know, actually. I'll find out on that. Can't see him there. I'll have a word with Mark, see what's going on. Got the full beans on here. So 10 miles to Chesterfield. We're on the climb now. MattRog23, good evening. Thank you for the follow. It's bad, Mark. Mark's the trap man. I'll have a word with Mark, see what's going on. I thought there was some. So we've got a nice, I think it's autumn at the bit. Was it autumn? So it was for the September sort of time, October-ish, 2018. So we've got a nice crisp autumn morning run. Some nice lighting colours. Oh, Bristol to Exeter. That's one I forgot about. I got that as well. Definitely purchased that one. Just going past Healy's Loop there on the left. Heading towards Dore and Totley. Routes we've got to be working on look fabulous. Thank you very much for the kind words there as always, Nigel. Not sure how many more routes you can get. You've only got 80 gig left. You have to get a new hard drive. Get another hard drive for TS. You can keep going then. APT's back. He's in time for Erewash Valley. Doing some more tomorrow. Ironville, yes. So we've got that's near Riddings for where Midland Railway Centre is. So that's here, Riddings. The route obviously for Midland Railway is not on there, but there's a small spur where you can do bits for scenarios if you wish to start stuff out of there. Before you get bored of signals. Stop and go in it. Oh, is it that time again, Jamie? You got to go. Don't worry though. We will be uploading the stream onto YouTube. So if you miss anything, you can catch the stream on YouTube. And of course, you'll be able to catch it on air as well, because we will have it on air for about a week or so. My camera lighting on this stream is like you're wearing an orange wig. It's because I've only got a very sort of dim light. I need to get myself a bigger light really for the top of my desk so it puts more on me. That's why I look a little orange. I've also got like an LED white strip light going on the back of my desk, but it doesn't really seem to do much. I might have to tweak my colours, to be honest. Not a problem, Jamie, mate. Take care, buddy. I'll catch you later. The APT joke book's out. He's found it. He's got it out of the wash. So if you buy Sheffield to Derby now, it's not going to merge onto Derby. Yeah, you can't. If you've got the standalone Derby Leicester, you can't add anything to it. The only way you can do it is start off with Sheffield to Derby, and then do the extensions, because it's totally separate route ID on the standalone one. If that's what you mean there, Nick. White Mead is so happy. Why did the robber jump into the shower? He wanted to make a clean getaway. I can totally understand. Oh, we're dirty, dear. So we're going through Dromfield at the moment. Oh, have you done it the wrong way around? Ah. Bugger. That's terrible. That's terrible, APT. The Erewash Valley is the only thing you need to complete the JTMML for now. Excellent. Are you enjoying your MML experience there, Geoduck? What's your favourite bit? Up to now, anyway. So just 3 miles to Chesterfield. So you're enjoying that, that's good to hear. So your favourite bit at the minute is Nottingham to Leicester section, nice. But there you are, Nick. Have a word with support. See what they can do for you. They can sometimes be very accommodating. Certain stuff like that. So it's always worth have a word with them. Excellent stuff. Right, so Chesterfield. Not too far away now, just 2 miles. So we're going to be starting slowing down shortly. You can see the 80 mile an hour just coming into view on the HUD. So when we're called at Chesterfield, we're going to then cross over onto the left-hand side lines. Which takes us onto the Awash. Exciting times. Again, please note there was a couple of gaps in the route still, mainly just around the station areas, Langenmill, Ilkeston, and the Bentley Viaduct area on this run. Only short gaps though. Sort of waiting, once the custom assets go into the stations, and everything will build up around the area then. Which is a big job, really. Oh, was it around here you stayed, was it, Jake? I remember seeing your pictures when you... I saw your picture of the twisted spire. The crooked spire, whatever you call it. The church. Just on the right. Let's have a look. Oh, there. I assume that was like a beef eater. Is it Premier Inn? Ah, beast. I did one like that at York a few years ago, and I had a beef eater next to it. It was literally like just after Skelton Junction, where the Harrogate Loop goes off, and that sort of like little triangle alcove. So the two lines went around each side. It was quite a nice hotel as well, to be honest. It's just been refurbished. They're very helpful at support. They'll do their very best to help anyone. My stop board is this one at the end of the station. So, does anybody here know how many miles the Erewash Valley adds? I have mentioned it. Can anyone remember? Little quiz. Very close there, Jake. Very close. Jenna Dunk's there. 24. What do you win? A pat on the back. I'll give you a pat on the back. There you go. Got the green screen's fuzzy now. It's because I've got a green t-shirt on. Should never wear green with a green screen. It always clashes. Right, so we're just waiting for doors to shut. We've got a flash in yellow which tells us that we will be crossing over very shortly. And provided there's nothing coming in against us at the next signal, it'll flick to green. I always blend in. So you're just driving around Toton TMD North Yard in the 222. Oh, interesting. It's a bit of shunting in the 222. May I say, it's absolutely stunning, the depot. You've done an absolutely amazing job. I'll pass them words on to Will. He did a fantastic job when we put that together. When we found all the stuff for it and to put it all together. He did a really good job. I was really impressed when we put it in the route. Just like you can drive through Toton Depot, it's amazing. Little pits and stuff. One of my favourite areas, to be fair. It was obviously, that was one of the areas and one of the features that we kept quite close to us in terms of features. It's flashing on the HST, isn't it? So we should be going in a moment. Yep, door's about right now. There we go. No, we didn't get a tour of Toton at all, no. It was primarily done on photographic stuff on Flickr and stuff, more or less. So it took a lot of searching on the internet of lots of pictures and compiling them all and figuring out which area was where, to lay it all out for Will to build. Dad joke incoming. With Roz's. Whoop, whoop. Last night I had a dream I was a muffler. I woke up exhausted. So I'm just going to shut off for a moment just to sight the signal. It's a yellow, so currently we can continue. It should ping over to a green as it's the next one before the crossover. So I'm going to put the power back on now because we can continue. So as you see, we'll go over this Awash magnet. It should change green. There we go. Cancel that. Off we go. So we should have a clean run through the Awash. Did you hear about the magic tractor turned into a field? Right, so we are on the lines now. It will take us into the Awash. So about a mile or two down this section before we turn off and leave the Sheffield Derby track away. We bend off to the left shortly. That is where the new section begins. You'll have seen this area already. We have streamed it before. We haven't streamed it all the way down in one hit from Sheffield down this way. We've done it in sections. Again, we'll be doing the Nottingham section from Trowell soon as well. Possibly could be next week, I can't quite remember. I've got my plans for what we're doing in the streams, I just can't remember off the top of my head. So do keep an eye out on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube. That's where the stream plans, all the graphics go. Yeah, I think some of that had just been sunk. Because when the track got changed over, I think it raised up a bit because the AWS magnets had to be raised as well. Release date, we have a date, but we're not going to share it just yet. We will do very soon though. Unless Scott wants to do any teasing. I'll leave that to him. Just move my mouse out of the way as well, just realise that's in the middle of the screen. I do apologise. That's been annoying people. So at the minute it's 90 miles per hour. It drops to 80 into 70 while we curve around, and I think it goes back up to 80, I think. I can't remember what the top speed is actually on this route. I don't think it's 125. Definitely not 125 in this section. There's one curve at Cotmanay where on the inside curve it's lower than the other side. I should have my rail atlas out for this really, shouldn't I? Have all the details. Although I don't think it really has too much in it. I don't even know which page I need to be at really. Oh heck. A little bit too much right now. There we go. I can't find my page now. I'll do it for next time. I have the idea of the areas in my head. Right, so this is the start of the Awash. Book reading made you thirsty. I've got me Ribena tonight. Oh, you don't want to see a signal again? No, there's one here. We're just going past one now. So what I've been doing today on the route is all the line side bits, so all the little like bits and detail you see on the side of the track. I've been working on that from just north of Langley Mill. I started at 9 o'clock this morning doing that, and I got down to Toton, where it meets up with DNL at 6:30 this evening, just so everything was in for this run tonight. Where obviously applicable, apart from the small little gaps, but you'll see. So you get to see all the bits of detail now. So we're heading towards Alpherton, which is 4.3 miles away. It's 80 mile per hour, this bit. I think it's 80 per hour. So there's a good loop, which is Morton Junction. I don't remember which one that is. Quite a long good loop as well, to be honest. We're on the climb at the minute. Got a bad science joke. Fire away. Everyone else does. APT joke book has certainly caught on. I look red raw. Someone else mentioned about my camera before. I don't know what's going on with it. I need to do some tweaking, I think. We're just going over Doe Hill. There used to be a platform at this location as well on the island, in between the two lines on the left. Shut down many years ago. I've been on sunbeds, is what it is. I've been tanning it up. So we started the Erewash Valley in February. I started doing that then. The track was put down in like January. So whilst I was finishing off my work on Derby, Nottingham, Leicester, I went in over to do this from February onwards. And obviously I went back then to do DNL for a few weeks as well, and obviously the run up to the release, tidying stuff up. We're obviously back on air now, full steam ahead. What do you call a man with a shovel, Doug? Why should you never trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Way. So we're just approaching Alfreton. I will show you the station. There's a couple of signs that are going to be added to it at the end of when all the other stations will come in place. Will does all the signage in one big hit. So there's a couple of custom bits that will come. But I will show you the station of how it's looking so far. So this went in. This was finished up on Friday in its current state. So I'll just pause the train there. So I'll just take you for a little look around the station. So we have a lot of clutter already in our library. Obviously, it covers the East Midland trains, like EMR, obviously, era. So we have a lot of stuff which we can already use. It's just that obviously the little custom bits, like the names of the stations, those will come. And a couple of little intricate bits. I think there's like a water fountain that goes here, which will be put in. But other than that, it's in. We've got some tapping machines as well now. So all details been put in that here as well. Car park and stuff. So we're just going into Alfreton Tunnel. What do you call a man in a pile of leaves? Russell. Doesn't look right with the bus like that. What's up with the bus? Is it colour scheme? Or just with the bus there in general? It's advertising a rather cool company. So we're coming down to Ironville Junction, which is where the Pinkston line comes in. Many jokes are coming in. That's how the bus stop is. The bus stop actually is there. It's quite. They must have a turning circle in the car park where they either that or they reverse out. But actually, there is a bus stop there. It's not just been randomly placed. Blame you. I'm ready. It's alright. Everyone's in good spirit. It's all good. So we're coming up to where the Midland Railway Centre, obviously the junction is. It's on the other side of this. It used to be a triangle junction here at one point. So this is Riddings. You can sort of see just through the trees there where the turnaround is. This is where the junction is. Got a big swooping curve here as well into the elevation. Jordan's Train Simulator, welcome back. Hello. Utterly Butterly. Furry Mr. Wolfie, thank you very much for the follow. And also Top Boy 16, a little bit back. Sorry if I missed your follow there. Good evening. So this is where I started today in my work doing all the line time stuff. So everything from here onwards is all new. You certainly can, Jordan. It's not an issue. As long as it's all train sim related, you're alright to put links in. And I'm alright, thank you too. So we're just going towards Langley Mill. Station's not in yet though. You will see a small gap. So if we just blink for a second. Scenery will reappear on the other side in a short moment. So when we get the station in, that's when the rest of the scenery will all come into play. Some fishing lakes as well on the right side here. Oh, I know, I know. Right, so we've got Langley Mill area here. Asda down there as well. A good supermarket. So this is where the station will be. You can see where the people are. So obviously the visual platforms are in place. The scenery fully come back in this curve here. So when that station comes in, it'll be quite a big asset, you see. So then we'll build around it. Everything will soon tie into place. Quite a big area Langley Mill was to do all the distant housing and stuff. Quite a lot there. So we're back into the scenery again. So Trowell Junction's 3.2 miles away. We've got Ilkeston in the next curve or so. So we'll curve into another bend at Cotmanhay, into the straight section down to Ilkeston. You'll see the station model there. It's not textured, but the model is in place. Some visual effect as we go through. It's one that Will's working on at the moment. So passenger services on here cover East Midlands Trains, or East Midlands Railway now, and Northern. So you can do stuff in to Nottingham and back. Servicing from Leeds, Liverpool Line Street, Norwich. It's not Cumbrian, no, this is Erewash Valley. So Just Trains stream this, of course. It's our upcoming product. So we're on the straight run down to Ilkeston now. This is Cotmanhay. Just look out for the big wind turbine. You know where you're at Cotmanhay. So the location here currently is where Benley Viaduct will be. So where this footbridge is, Benley Viaduct I think is here. Sort of where we are now. So that'll be in there soon. There used to be a power station, sort of like colliery place, on the left hand side of us there as well. Used to be sidings down there. So we're just approaching Ilkeston. Went back into the supermarket where I used to work, and they can't believe I've got a train driving job. It's good. Massive achievement, mate. This actually did stop here as well. It's timetabled, so it got held. Strangely enough. Trowell Junction is just literally ahead of us. Do this properly, pop the DRA on. See, it's coming down now. The it's pair 158s, I think. 195s use this route now as well to Nottingham. I've them Hope now as well, though. Yeah, 150s as well, run it, don't I? I think 151s. I've got some scenarios for 151s and 2s on this. We've got. Jake Didco, good evening. Thank you for the follow. So obviously we're not doing that tonight, but if we was going to Nottingham, we'd be crossing over to the left here, taking the junctions over. We'll be doing that, I think, possibly next week. Next week or the week after. So we're going straight through here. So again, this used to be a station as well here, as you can tell by the long extended sections of concrete there. Used to be the station building. And again, the line that goes off up to that way in the left is where we've been before. That goes to Nottingham. So we're now on the run down to Toton. Got the M1, which is crossing over the line here. There's a lot of sidings as well, used to be here, all overgrown, what is left of them. Again, another swooping curve around these two bends. It's not the M1's no standing traffic. There's not an option for standing traffic unless the place loads of cars. I've never been on the 195. I've photographed a few of them, but I've never been on. Johnson MUSC, thank you, and also Nick, thank you for the kind words. So we're just coming up to Toton where DNL comes in. So we are going to be leaving the Awash. So that is your full end run on the main artery section there this evening. We're going to continue to Derby. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen on that bit. Well, there's stuff here in the yards. I've actually populated this one. This is one of the ones I have done. Just a few bits I need to place in over there at the depot, a couple of 66s. So you'll be with us next Monday, Nigel, but we'll catch you on YouTube or Twitch afterwards. Not a problem. Not a problem. You'll certainly see a lot of the 68s around the Manchester area. So I've got the High Line, obviously, that goes off to the left there. Takes you to Nottingham, or brings you back round at Trent to go to Leicester. So Class 319's an APT. Thank you, Mad Matt. And Ben Appletree as well, thank you very much. Cheers, Nigel. Cheers, Jake. So we're going to Trent Junction now. I play friends' football team called Toton. The whole absolutely battered them. So in theory as well, what you'll be able to do is you can actually do a full run Sheffield to Sheffield, like Erewash to Derby and back up again without having to change cabs. Yeah, GW are getting. Are they not getting like? Is it not called tri mode? Is it? What do they call them? It's not bi mode, is it? I've got history with Toad in the all. Yeah, it's not good history either. I always find this junction quite mad, really, how slow it is on such a busy section of route. Nice little sprint down to Derby now. 8 miles, 8.5 miles. was a bit close, weren't he? I love this bit. Just skirting over the backs of the houses. The allotment area. Could just have some wheel slip. Back in the cab. Is this the last route of 2020? It will be in JT's 2020 work. Yeah. Would have thought. To Sawley. Good evening as well, Ben. How are you doing, mate? Well, Spondon's 4 miles. And we'll start slowing down then for Derby. This is quite a fast section in a way. We get up to 115, I think, for the top speed on this run. Ah, nice. You keep him busy. Good stuff, good stuff. What you want. It was quite weird as well when they were doing this working. Obviously they were remodelling the station up, but they still ran a few trains into there, whereas the 222s didn't come this way. But they let the cross-country HSTs and Voyagers come down to Derby and go back down towards Birmingham. No, they don't have many HSTs, do they? They are indeed. Very good workhorses. Great to drive in TS. To Rainsway Bridges. On the approach then to Derby. They've been doing 180 runs now, haven't they, Yamaha? Seeing they've been doing some training. I think they were actually vinyling one up as well, aren't they, at the minute? Into the new colours. 360s. They're doing the new electrification stuff, aren't they? That we've been robbed. They're all out on test today. The thing is, we can't enable tons and tons of stuff for the scenarios, so basically the way it works is if there's stuff enabled in that scenario, then we can use it RTC. If not, we won't go ticking extras DLC, because it's for static, it's not fair on end users. If they don't have the stuff, they can't play a scenario. Whereas obviously the community will get right on top of that and add more stuff in anyway. I think we're waiting for a service just to come out of the station, remember correctly. I think we're waiting for this service to come out. Definitely denied. Thank you, Nigel. All the 37s have gone out on test today, you see. There's nothing in. Everyone's gone out. I think we're waiting for him to go. I might be slightly early. Well, we've enjoyed the Awash and what you've seen so far. We will be doing the Nottingham section. I'm just going to double check actually. I've got my stuff written down here. What have I got? What have I got written down? So what we're on? We're on the 14th today. Yeah, we are. We're going to be doing more Awash. So yeah, I do assume we'll be doing up towards Nottingham with a passenger run, hopefully. Oh, nice one, Ben. Enjoy it. Again, guys, don't forget, if you've just joined us, we have a promotion for South Western Expressways as well. That's available for a full week at them prices. Discounted as shown above there on that message, and the link as well provided. Down to Taunton, nice. Go for Castle Kerry. Don't miss out Frome. Froome. There we go, he's off now. I think it's just me. Storming. The timings were rather generous as well on this run. Dr. Enthusiastic, good evening. Not today, they're not. You've gained good news. What news have you gained? Four 447421706 Good evening, thank you for the follow. Oh, your PC meets minimum spec for Midland. Excellent. Good stuff. Glad to hear you'll be able to play it. Excellent stuff. Good to hear, mate. Now, you can't stop at Burger King, APT. I don't think they do drive-through. So, we've made it a long way around from Sheffield. Definitely. 222's a staple piece of traction in all scenarios on the route. So it's definitely worth it. Excellent. And on time. Good drive, amazing. I hope you've enjoyed it this evening, guys. Massive thanks to you all for joining us. Again, I hope you've enjoyed Awash. We'll be back next Monday with more Awash as well. So again, we'll be doing Nottingham. Hopefully we might have all stations in place, even if the Langley Mill is sort of like work in progress. We should be able to see all models in place. Great run, driver. This service will now head towards Birmingham. Grab yourself a cuppa before the next run. No more runs tonight, though. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you next Monday. See you later, all.